Okay. Wait, Helen, don't judge me for this. I know, but it's about... So I grew up in Katy, and I graduated from Katy High School and Katy ISD. So after I graduated college, my husband got a job in Houston. So I was just looking for a job in the Houston area and applied to Fort Bend ISD. And I didn't really know much about Clements when I interviewed here, but I was super excited to get offered a job here. I currently teach AP US History, but I've taught a lot of different social studies subjects, including world geography, world history, and on-level US History. This year, I'm the coach of the UIL Current Events team and the UIL Social Studies team. And last year, I brought kids to a competition for Academic World Quest, so I was a sponsor for that. And I did NHS for 5 years, although I'm no longer the sponsor. I pursued education as my career because I just really love history, and so I wanted to do a job where I could talk about history all the time and be interested in history. And so I tried out student teaching when I was in college, and I ended up really loving it. I got my degree from the University of Texas. I actually have a degree in history, but while I was at the University of Texas, I did a program called U-Teach, and I got my teaching certificate while I was in college so that I would have it when I graduated. So my teaching philosophy is for students to understand the importance of social studies in their education, and for students to kind of learn to think critically and to form their own opinions, and to kind of not be afraid to voice those opinions, but to definitely leave my classroom prepared to go out and be informed American citizens. The teacher that impacted me the most was actually my AP art history teacher when I was in high school. So as I said before, I really love history, but a lot of my history classes I thought were sort of boring sometimes. And so he was the first teacher that taught in a way that I thought, wow, history can actually be taught in a fun way. And art was something that I didn't have a lot of knowledge about, and I wasn't really interested in high school, but he taught it in such a fun way and put a big emphasis on history that I realized that history could be fun and could be taught in a fun way. So that's why he influenced me. Things have been the most rewarding for me. One being getting kids excited about history that maybe didn't really like it before, or said that all of their history classes, kind of like I was in high school, had been boring, kind of getting them excited and interested in history. But the other thing that's been really rewarding for me is making lasting relationship with students. So I have students that are in college and will still come back to visit, and even students that are now working in the workforce that I still keep in contact with. So that's probably one of the more rewarding parts. So I've had a lot of memorable moments in the classroom, but I would say overall, at least in recent years, my most memorable teaching moment was taking my UIL Social Studies team to state last year. It was my first year doing UIL Social Studies, and I was really proud of them for qualifying for state, and they ended up getting second in the whole state of Texas. So that's probably my most memorable, at least recent teaching moment. So my advice to students, especially here at Clements, is obviously, of course, you want to keep up your grades, but overall is to enjoy the high school experience, because you're only going to be a high school student once, and you're only going to be in high school for 4 years. So I encourage students to kind of take advantage of all that high school has to offer and to enjoy your high school experience while also being studious and maintaining good grades.